Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Zobba the Potato. Now, I have let the game run for round about 6 months since you last joined me, primarily because I wanted to accrue a little bit of money so that we were able to do what I had planned for this here episode. A couple of changes that I have made. The most important and most obvious is this one right here. We have extended the train, the oil delivery train, by 3 extra carriages. That cost me, I don't know, like 90,000 rubles, because if you'll recall, we're only able to buy the oil tankers with rubles. Anyway, that's purely because we were producing so much oil, or so much fuel and so much bitumen at the oil refinery that I thought, you know what, if we don't add more trucks, then soon we're gonna have a massive overload of fuel and bitumen just sitting around the tanks. I mean, look at this. 262 tons of fuel, and that's the bitumen load about to head to the border. So, you know, there's a substantial amount of fuel that is processed just whilst the other resource is being transported. So, I extended that. That was pretty darn important. The other thing that I did was I actually started importing the oil with rubles rather than with US dollars, mostly because I kind of want to keep the dollars, and basically, if I'm doing everything with rubles, then we have a much clearer picture of how much is coming in each month and how much is going out. So, on that note, let's take a little look at the last month. Now, this is sort of a blueprint for what I would ideally like to see going forward. However, there's a couple of little bits and bobs that I want to talk about. Right. So, first of all, let's talk about exports. Now, we did indeed have a massive steel shipment just head out. As you can see, the boat is just returning from his trip to the border. But basically, if you disregard the 151,000 steel shipment, you can basically see that we exported about 90,000 rubles of bitumen and fuel, which is pretty darn good indeed. Which basically translates to roughly 150,000 profit. The steel is basically pure profit. If we have a little look at the import of resources, we can see really the crux of the matter. Food imports still a little bit high, so that's what I want to do today. I want to try and buy another food delivery truck so that we're able to just have more food being delivered to a few different places around the map. Everything else, the imports are pretty low with the exception of oil. Oil, and that is what I really want to focus today on. Because this number is the number that matters to us, 949.29. Now, I've already talked about potentially building a massive pipeline from the area of oil production, which is like over here, over in this region, down to the oil refinery. However, building a pipeline just is going to cost too much money. I mean, if we have a little look at the cost of pipelines these days, we can do auto build with rubles, auto build with dollars. It doesn't particularly matter. The longest stretch of pipeline that I can conceivably build is about 37,000 rubles. And if you have a little look at the distance that is required all the way over to this area, I mean, I think it would become pretty unsustainable pretty fast. Not to mention all of the little pumping stations that I'd need to put throughout the course of the pipeline. Basically, if we build a pipeline, it's going to cost us a bazillion rubles and a bazillion dollars. So we're not gonna make a pipeline. However, we are gonna make a pseudo pipeline because I still want to try and at least get some, if not all, at least some of our oil locally produced. And that's exactly why I was drawing your attention earlier to that figure over here. Import of resources, yes. This figure right here. This figure, less so. This figure, very, very important. So basically, what this tells me is that in order to satisfy the current demand for oil in the oil refinery, we need to basically get 950 units of oil, 950 tons of oil transported to the oil refinery each and every month. Is that a possible thing to do? It is possible. It is very, 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 very possible. So, I've already highlighted that we can't transport oil via pipeline. The other option that we have is transporting oil via train. Now, oil via train is a slightly more sustainable option. However, this is the cheapest type of track. And as you can see, that's going to cost us 20,000 rubles. Now, we've got a fair amount of money to spend. You know, we probably got, you know, about 500,000 rubles, something like that, something in that region. But building a track just is also unsustainable, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. So, I think we're going to have to transport oil via road. And I think I want it to be asphalt road. However, asphalt road is also really, really expensive, and so is gravel road. However, gravel road allows us to travel at 60 kilometers an hour, which might indeed be an option. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and set up a little bit of oil infrastructure. It's not going to be much, but it's going to allow us, hopefully, to take the edge off that 54,000 ruble import duty that we have to pay at the moment. It's an ambition. Right, so first things first, let's head over to... Where am I going? I'm going to Grainsky. Yeah, let's head over to Grainsky. Brilliant. Let's head over to Grainsky and set up... We're going to buy 2 more trucks. We're going to buy 2 more... It is not open hull, it's covered hull. We're going to buy 2 more covered hull trucks. The most expensive type. Yes, please. 1, 2... In fact, you know what? Let's buy 3 for good measure. Why the heck not? And let's get... No, you are the meat truck. I would like to get the food truck. Yep. And we'll copy you. Copy your work orders and paste, paste, paste. Brilliant. And we can dispatch you. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Right. So, without any further ado, I think we are now in a position to start working on our oil refinery. Oh, yes, something else that I wanted to mention. Hopefully, this whole operation will leave us with enough money, I hope, to hopefully buy another 2 trains to run on the coal and iron supply lines. Because let's be brutally honest, making steel is a surefire way for me to make a heck of a lot of money, if only I get more of those raw resources. So that's what I'm going to try and do as well. We're going to try and get another train over here. Another 2 trains on this line to supply the raw materials to Potatograd. Right, let's go about making a pipeline with flippin' trucks. So, in the first instance, we want to make sure that this entire operation is able to be connected via road. Now, where's the road connection? The road connection's over here. Also, I want to check. Is there a... There's an oil fuel loading / unloading. Now, are trucks able to unload into here? I don't actually know. Are trucks able to take advantage of the oil loading / unloading thing? I know they can move into the oil fuel storage, but I feel like that's probably suboptimal. If we're going to be driving trucks to the oil refinery, we should probably just have them actually park up in the oil refinery itself. So let's try and sort of sketch out. Let's sketch out the beginnings of a road. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Can I not cross paths with road? Is that not something that I have the technical capability to do? I mean, that's pretty disappointing if that's the case. Well, no matter. We'll have to just find another way through a little bit of a messy bit of track, but that's okay. No, still not going to be able to find any route off there. Okay, fine. We'll connect up, and then we'll just have to come down. We'll just have to come down over here. Too close to an intersection? Really? Really, my dude? What the heck is going on here? Still too close to an intersection. Alright, well, I'm not loving these vibes that we're getting from this area. What it might be easier to do is just demolish this path and then just build a road through here, connecting that up along the way. Why the heck not? And then rebuild that footpath, which, crazily enough, can interact with roads, but that's okay. Okay, let's get that auto built with rubles, and then we will see where we go from here. Now, I appreciate, right? This isn't the most optimal way of sorting out our current problems. Although I actually think that our financial problems pretty much I don't want to say they're pretty much over because, you know, they're not over per se. However, they're not exactly detrimental. I mean, you know, we're making money. We're making money, and that's kind of important. Sure, you know, we can connect up those buildings whilst we're at it. Right. Where do we want to put down our oil extraction resources? So, we want to probably follow this line all the way up. I kind of feel like, I mean, we've got two options, right? This island over here, that is the sort of closest, that is the closest area to us. However, it's not on the mainland. We could go further, and this area is on the mainland. However, it's a little bit more difficult to sort of operate in. We'll probably have to do a little bit more land smoothing in order to operate in here. I think we probably want to stick close, if that's at all possible. I think. Yeah, okay. We want to stick close. That's the policy that we're gonna take going forward. And we basically want to stick a road right over to here. Well, let me stick down some oil infrastructure just to see. It's gonna cost 6,500 rubles for this oil rig. I actually want to auto build in dollars. Okay. And then we'll sort of see how it goes. We are gonna require a little bit of infrastructure. However, I kind of want to build the oil rigs in the best places, and then make a judgment call about how much sort of corresponding infrastructure we're gonna need to set up around here. So let me just turn off auto build for now. Okay, we want to get maximum bang for our buck. Yeah. I think probably about that much oil infrastructure is... Yeah, that's probably pretty... It's probably pretty good. That's probably pretty darn good. And then what we'll do is we'll just consolidate this all into a open fuel storage. A single open fuel storage just for now. If we can consolidate it over here. Let me place down one final oil rig, and then we can put the open fuel storage sort of in the shadow of that, so that we're not wasting any sort of potential oil extraction. And then we'll have to set up a pipeline, and this is where I really wanted to save my dollars for. We want to make absolutely certain that we're going to have enough dollars to do all of this faff. We're also going to need to get a bunch of power over here, because, I mean, we need power over here, so that's another reason that we're going to have to keep our dollars spare. Yeah, I mean, sure, auto build using dollars for that, and then give me a rough estimate. $15,000 for that, $10,000 for that. I mean, I can just about handle that. And we'll stick that into there. This can come down into here. This can come... Oh, actually, let me undo that just for a brief second. I should always be building to maximum height. Just something to consider there. Okay. I'm sure that this decision to not build at maximum height will definitely not come back to bite me in the backside, but you know what? It's fine. I can build the remaining pipelines that we're going to build at maximum height. Right. Brilliant. So that will set me back a fairly substantial amount of money, but you know what? At the end of the day, it'll absolutely be worth it. We've only got one sort of filling point, but that's fine. How many oil wells is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 oil wells. Fine. I think we can cope with that. Right. So 7 oil wells. We're gonna remain paused at least for a second over here, just because I want to make sure that we've got a proper way to connect up the road. So we need to head to there. Now, there is already a road over here that we might be able to capitalize on and connect to. However, I mean, this is going to be a fairly windy road. I'm just trying to think of the most optimal way to connect up this island to the mainland. Is it this way? It probably is this way. Is there actually a connection somewhere? There's not actually a connection, so we are going to have to build a bridge. However, I think we might be able to get away with, like, 2 very small bridges. Right. Let me see. And we'll keep it to the cheap type of bridges. We'll keep it to the wood bridges. $2,000. Brilliant. And then how much will that cost? $4,000? $4,000. I'm going to splash out in a slightly longer bridge. Initially, I was thinking we could bring the road sort of down here, connect up over there. However, for all of like $2,000 extra dollars, might as well just leave it like that. Right. So I think that should actually be a route. Is it the most direct route? It's not the most direct route. And I think what we probably want to do is try and make a slightly more direct route. Yeah, I know the quality of life for the people in Rukia will probably end up decreasing. Also, holy cow, can I modify ground by just building roads next to... Oh my goodness. That seems pretty broken. Am I actually able to, like, terraform the landscape slightly by building free roads next to the water? Wow, I totally am. And that's not costing me anything? Let me just... Yeah, that's absolutely not costing me anything. Alright, here's a top tip for you folks. If you want to modify the landscape for free, just build a mud road next to it. It's literally that simple. So can I use that trick over here? Can I use this trick over here to bridge this gap? Oh my goodness. Are we actually going to fill in a bit of river? All right, this is a... Oh my... Folks, look at this. Look at this. We've discovered a free way to terraform the landscape. I don't know how this works in the system. Like, I mean, what's the rationale behind... Look at this. This is actually super efficient as well. Look at that. Look at that. We literally, legitimately bridged a bit of water. That is very, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. Right, I'm not going to do that too much. That feels pretty exploity. Like, what's the point of having construction offices if you can just do, you know, shenanigans like this? Anyway, that's connected up over there. And then I do want to sort of try and at least a little bit cut down on the journey. So we're gonna make a bespoke road, and then that's gonna bridge off there, come down here, and cross over here. Brilliant. Okay, I think that's an oil connection. I mean, how much is that gonna cost me? It's probably not gonna be too unbelievably expensive, especially given that I've figured out how to terraform land all by myself. Right. Let's see how much all these pipelines will cost us. Yikes, that is a lot of dollary dues. However, it's definitely something that we can absorb. Right, let's finish off all of these oil rigs with dollars, and also the pumping station. Yep, pumping station, the oil fuel storage as well. That's already been built. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so how much does that leave me with? That should probably leave me with just a shade over $100,000. Fine. Brilliant. Quality of the source is 33%, 33%. Pretty low quality sources. However, I think this is going to produce, honestly, a substantial amount of oil. And we don't really need to worry about the quality of the sources. What we need to worry about is making sure that we've got enough money to buy enough trucks in order to ship enough of the oil down to the refinery. Again, that target number is 950. 950 tons a month. 950 tons a month. So yeah. We're pretty good on that. Also, what I would like to do is a scientific experiment, which we will do in just a second. However, let me, in the first instance, get some power over here. We're gonna have to get a singular substation, and then we're gonna try and get a connection with cheap wire. Distance between the posts too far. Is that really a thing that's gonna happen here? Alright, we can get across there. This is a little bit of a challenging area to navigate, just because of the fact that it's obviously watery. However, that will not deter me. I can at least take a slightly more direct route with the power cabling than I can with the roads, because, I mean, I don't want the roads to go through this area, or I didn't want the roads to go through this area. Maybe my opinion has subsequently changed, given the fact that we can now terraform land for absolutely nothing. Right. We're almost there. Almost there. Again, that target number, 950. Cool. Okay, now, where is the power connection? The power connection's over here. I think we just want to split it. Right? Yeah, I think we just want to split it right over here. As near to... Oh, what's that? A little bit of water? A little bit of water never hurt me. That's right. That's right. That's right. We gotta... This is so broken. This is so broken. This is absolutely... This is absolutely broken. I actually kind of feel bad. I know that I said I wasn't going to exploit this, but... I mean, it's free. And that's the thing that you got to bear in mind. I'm terrified of deleting this track, by the way. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We've just managed to clear a little swamp by pretending to build a road in it. That does, in itself, seem like a very Soviet thing to do. You know, doing something for the sake of appearances rather than for the sake of actually doing it for a good and proper reason. Right. Sure, I will pay for a little bit of land flattening. Given that I didn't pay for any of the actual land flattening. I've built this entirely in the wrong orientation. I should have built it in the other direction. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. So that land flattening that I paid for, not super wise, but that's fine. Right, connect that up. Connect that up. And let's continue with our power cabling. I do kind of want to try and keep this to roughly around the periphery of Potatograd. But that's fine. Okay, that's a power connection. And the substation is going to be built. Sorry, not the substation. The transformer is going to be built at this end, and then the substation is going to be built at the other end. I estimate that'll probably cost just over $50,000. So we probably have about $60,000 left. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe about $40,000 left. Maybe about $40,000 left. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, which is really going to wipe us out. I say really going to wipe us out. It's not really going to wipe us out, but that's okay. Let's buy a road vehicles depot. And let's plonk that down right over here. Now, the reason that I actually want this to be right over here will become clear in just a second. Also, what I also want to do is get myself a filling station. In fact, I probably want to get myself 2 filling stations. 2 gas stations. We're going to get 2 gas stations, one of which is going to be here. All right. Let's unpause. Oh, wow. Okay, so that costs slightly less than I was anticipating. So that's kind of nice, actually. That's very nice, in fact. Okay. Right, so one filling station is going to be at this end. The other filling station is going to be at this end. And hopefully we can plumb it into... In fact, no, you can't plumb filling stations into the cable network. What am I talking about? You can't plummet into the to the oil refining network. I'm looking for this and this. Yeah, so you can't actually import that there. But that's fine. What I can do is I can set up one of the oil tankers that we're going to have to transport oil to here. We can just set one of them to quickly do a little bit of a fuel pit stop. Right, so let's build that with dollars. Cool. Let's wait until all of the power cabling is set up. Might take a little while to finish building. That looks like it's finally happened, as there's no drain on our dollars at all anymore. Has it worked? Yes, it looks like it has indeed worked. Are we making oil? We are indeed making oil. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Operating without issue. That's exactly what we like to see. Fantastic. We're not making much oil, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, a little bit low on the old voltage. Or the old wattage, should I say. However, we'll be fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a scientific experiment. This is about as scientific as I get, folks. So, we are going to buy an oil tanker. Now, I already had a little look at what the largest oil tanker was, and it's not that one. It's actually this one. This is I think, the best bang for buck money oil tanker that we can get. This travels at 70 kilometers an hour. Obviously, it's only going to be able to do half of that on the garbage roads that I've built for it, but that's kind of okay. The other alternative option is the Kaz. However, the Kaz is 3,000 rubles more expensive, or I mean, like 3,100 rubles, whatever. However, the TI-38 cistern is way cheaper and also carries 12 tons of oil. Now, this scientific experiment that I'm about to undertake is going to be basically watching the truck from when it leaves here, as to how long it takes in order to get to the refinery. I reckon it'll probably take about half a month, maybe 3/4 of a month. And we basically just want to watch the truck and see how long it takes, and then we're going to be able to adjust accordingly, right? We're going to be able to adjust the number of trucks that we have on the road in order to hit that 950 ton per month goal. So, let's get a stop in here. Load 100% of anything. Sure. Let's say wait until loaded, because otherwise we're going to waste a heck of a lot of fuel. And then we're going to travel all the way down to the oil refinery, and we're going to unload 100%, and we're going to wait until unloaded, and that's going to be that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to load 100% of fuel, and we're going to take that to here, and we're going to unload 100% of fuel, wait until unloaded, right? We're only going to do that with one truck, though. Unload 100% of oil, wait until loaded. Yeah, we're only going to do that with one truck, but that's fine. So the special truck can go. Brilliant. So we're going to need to watch this special truck and make sure that he does his thing, and we're going to need to see how long he takes to do such a thing. Right. So you're going to be dispatched. Cool. And then let me set you up with the regular work order that we're going to see everyone do. Right. Unload 100% of anything. Yep. Unload 100% of oil. Wait until unloaded. And then I'm going to copy your work orders and put them on absolutely every truck. Other than, of course, the first special one. It may transpire that we need more fuel to be locally delivered, but that's okay. Also, we could deliver fuel locally to this area over here. That would be pretty good, actually. Ooh, something that I did want to check. Let me head over here. There we go, just like that. Does this area have power? It does indeed. Yeah, you know what? We could deliver fuel to this area. We could deliver fuel to this gas station, given that we do literally have oil tankers that are moving fuel the entire darned way. Well, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that in a little bit. So what is that? That's 8 tankers for now. Each of them carries 12 tons. So the start date is the 2nd of June. Okay? Start date is the 2nd of June. We'll start off these guys. Make sure that they can get a good start as well. We've still got $66,000, which is fantastic, and we've still got 110,000 rubles. Honestly, that is a heck of a lot more money than I was actually expecting, given that we've basically made an entire oil collection infrastructure. Right, so you've got your 11, presumably 11.5 tons of oil. You've just set off on the 3rd of June, so now we really just need to wait and see how long it takes you to get to the other end. There is going to be a little bit of a wait initially. Yeah, okay. Everything looks fine over here. Everything looks fine. Current production per workday, it's about 2 tons per workday. Thing that we've got to bear in mind is that these trucks will obviously take a significant amount of time to get to their to get to the other end. So we're gonna just have to wait and see. You know what? I could just like simplify this entire. I could simplify this entire area. I feel like I want to do that. Oops. I feel like just doing this is a little bit of a necessity in this location, given the. I tell you what, I don't need to unpause whilst we're doing this. I can do this on the fly. There we go. I mean, if we're able to cut this corner off, then that's going to save us a significant amount of time, and that's going to pay dividends. Compound dividends. That's right. That sounds like a vaguely technical term. Man, I cannot believe how broken this is. Literally modifies the terrain for free. I wonder if there's any sort of like repercussions for doing this. Look at this though. I mean, this is all reclaimed land. It is building the land a little bit higher than I would like it to. But I think that's just... I mean, look. It's free real estate. You know what they say. Alright, maybe, you know, maybe there are repercussions for doing this. Okay, it looks like maybe the land is being built a little bit high. Which is not fantastic. Maybe it's not going to be possible for us to close this gap without some mechanized assistance. Okay, also this land is looking very, very craggy. Alright, you know what? Let's continue to raise the roof. I mean, it is working. We have closed the gap. It's just a little bit of a hill created in the meantime. Is that necessarily a problem? Nah, not really. Okay. Still a little bit craggy for my tastes. I like less crag. Okay. How's that looking? That's looking very steep. That wireframe model is not looking brilliant. Okay. So we have accidentally created a little bit of a hill here. I don't think that there's any way to lower that without spending money. If you know of any ways to lower hills without spending money, let me know. I'm interested. Very interested. Right. So we're on the 3rd of June. We've had however many trucks be dispatched. We've had 5 of the trucks are on their way. 5 of the trucks are on their way. The leader of the truck is just passing through Rukia. Let's stick that in 2 times speed. Yeah, you guys are going to be going max speed the whole darn way. The great thing is that they're not gonna use fuel. They're actually gonna run out of fuel halfway along the route, which is totally fine. Totally fine with me. That's why we've got 2 fuel stations at either end. That's why I didn't put fuel station in the middle, because what they like to do is if they run out of fuel, say, like over here, and the nearest fuel station is over here, sometimes the trucks will decide to just drive back. And we obviously don't want that to happen. We want them to drive to the middle. We want them to drive to either end, you know? Either end is where we want them to go. There's no power supply over here. Do I really care about doing anything with these people? Not for now. We might try and use them at some point in the future, but for now we don't even need to bother moving them. There's only like 20 people that live in this entire town. A little bit of an under-exaggeration, but you get the picture. Right, so I think that's just about the halfway point. In fact, that's just probably over the halfway point. Yeah. Kira Roosh? Kira Roosh, sure. Yeah, so that's just about the halfway point over there. And that should keep us going. By the way, this entire darn time, we've been importing oil. One of the things that there's a little bit of a downside about importing or extending the train is that the train will now stick around in the station, even though I haven't told it to wait until loaded. Because there is a continual supply of bitumen being produced and loaded onto the train, it will just stick around there forever. That's why we've not seen any money be made. I mean, but look, the point of extending the train is so that we can carry all of this fuel. And you know what? 58,000 rubles just waiting and ready to go is pretty darned good. It's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. We're never going to lose money. We're never going to lose money on refining oil. Right. The lead truck is just about here. Something else that we can keep in mind, right, is that at the moment, this truck is obviously limited to 35 kilometers an hour because of the fact that it's driving on a garbage road. However, I think the top speed of this truck, if I'm not mistaken, is about... It's either 60 or 70 kilometers an hour. I think it is 70 kilometers an hour. So we can actually do the journey, however long the journey takes, we can actually do it in half that time if we improve the infrastructure. Now, the gravel road does 60 kilometers an hour. The asphalt road does 110 kilometers an hour. So if we built asphalt all the way to the other end, we would basically see a halving of the time that it takes. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on you as you navigate around here. We don't even need to necessarily build asphalt the entire way. We could just not do that. We could just build it a little bit of the way. This is looking fine. 32 citizens. No kindergarten spaces available. Really? There should be kindergarten spaces available. Yeah, it looks fine to me. Right. Okay, so it's just about the 15th of June. My suspicion was mostly correct. It basically took half a month. It basically took half a month, which is totally fine. You're gonna fill up with fuel, and then you're gonna head off and unload your load right over here. In fact, it took slightly under half a month. Right? So, fantastic. Fantastic. Great job. And that is already gonna slow the amount of oil that we're importing. So, what does this mean? Did you fill up with fuel, by the way? You did indeed fill up with fuel, and you're going to unload it at the gas station as well. Wonderful stuff. Great job. Great job. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to equip you with a special mission. You can load 100% of fuel. And then you can travel all the way back to... You can travel all the way back to here. And you can unload... Wait until unloaded, 100% of fuel. We'll only do that with one truck for now. However, we'll probably end up doing that with more trucks in the future. Right, so... Let me talk about the scientific experiment. Basically took half a month. So, the number of trucks that we can have moving between the oil refinery and Svidia. Svidia? I mean, look. Oilnovsky. That's right. Oilnovsky. Why does it need to have the Nov in the middle? Because then it wouldn't be Oilnovsky. Anyway, so 8 trucks. That basically works out at 4 trucks a month. 4 trucks a month, because of course we've got to factor in that it's going to take half a month to travel to the oil refinery, half a month to travel back to Oilnovsky. Basically works out at 4 trucks per month. 4 trucks per month, well, we can do the maths on exactly how much fuel and oil that is transporting. That's about 48 tons. 48 tons of oil. And how much did I say we needed to get? I think it was 950. So at the moment, all things being equal, disregarding the amount of oil that we're actually producing, because I don't know what that figure is. The fact of the matter is that we are absolutely a little tiny bit of the way there. But yeah, 50 tons, 48 tons of oil being moved every month. So that basically means we'd need how many? I mean, we'd need to times that by basically 10. I mean, we are going to need a absolutely gargantuan amount of trucks. Absolutely gargantuan amount of trucks. And we need to just be constantly buying trucks, I would imagine. And that is going to be the issue that we're going to come across. As in, how much oil are we actually able to transport? I think we do want to think about getting an upgrade to the road. That's probably going to be quite important, actually. Let me find a truck to copy. Yes, you'll do nicely. Yeah, you'll do nicely. So we will indeed have an oil sort of production limit. We'll hit a hard limit where we're not able to carry any more oil with the infrastructure that we've currently got. And obviously, we are miles and miles and miles away from being able to hit that 950 target. Yeah. But, I mean, look, it's a good start. It's a bloomin' good start. We'll get another couple of trucks out into the world. There we go. Brilliant. And that leaves us with 64,000 rubles, $66,000. All looking good from my perspective. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I don't want to say that this oil is basically free to produce, because it's not. I mean, obviously, we have to pay for the power to continually run these oil rigs. And we obviously have to pay for the oil rigs themselves to be built. We have to pay for the trucks in order to transport the oil. We have to pay for the fuel in order to fuel the trucks to transport the oil. But mostly, it is free. It mostly is free. Right, let me buy some more of these cistern trucks. We're a little bit low on cash. That's not exactly ideal. But that's okay. Right. Let me just get you guys out into the world. I still wish I had a button that said dispatch all trucks from a depot. That seems to me to be a really, really important feature, which just isn't in the game yet for some weird, obscure reason. Also, we're a little bit low on cash. I shouldn't have bought that one last truck. We're going to have to turn around this train real quick. And you've still got 480 tons of fuel. What the heck are you thinking? Right, are we gonna run out of cash before this train arrives at the border? Probably. Actually, probably not. I think we'll just be fine. Yeah, cool. The weird thing is when I say go to this, move to this stop, it automatically turns the train around and decides to go to the first stop, which is why we were not able to load fuel. So we'll let these 18,000 rubles be unloaded here. Yep. And then we will send it to load fuel. Really is quite irritatingly slow to unload, but that's fine. Oh, cool! I can actually use this as a vehicle depot, even though I think it's outside the realm of my country. Nice. That's very, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. There's still one truck that needs to be dispatched. That's fine. How much oil do we have left? 89 tons of this stuff. I mean, we're not really short on oil at the moment. We're not short on oil. Have you run out of fuel, by the way? Ah, you're right. You're actually only at 50%. That's cool. Okay, good. I mean, this is great. I think we can probably afford to buy probably 8 more trucks before we really are at our limit of oil production, I would say. I mean, we have 103 tons left in storage. However, also this, am I just not importing enough power? Should I import more power? Okay, it is gonna be a slightly quicker decrease. in rubles. And it's not really going to make any meaningful difference, is it? Not really. No, not really at all. Alright, we'll just leave that power import at 10% for now. No real need to faff around with it anymore. Doesn't really matter. Are we moving fuel? We are indeed moving fuel. The fuel train's probably about to arrive, actually, isn't it? Or it's not about to arrive. Alright, fine. Give me a just quick little clear all on that. If we don't import oil for just a brief second, it's going to reduce the amount of rubles that we're spending, and I just want to make sure that we absolutely don't run out of rubles, because if we run out of rubles, you know what happens. Food stops being bought, and when food stops being bought, people start to get rather antsy, which ain't a good policy. Ain't a good policy at all. 63,000 rubles coming in, which is lovely. And now we can start importing oil again. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Well, I'm very, very happy with how that worked out. Very, very happy. Let me just take a quick little look at the steel production process. Are we making much steel at all? We're not making, we're not doing too badly. 188 tons of steel waiting to go. It's mostly iron ore that is causing the holdup, though. Also, we're doing a pretty good job, I would say, of building this road. Works out quite nicely. How much food do we have at Potato Grad Shopping Center? We are actually, legitimately, we're supplying food. We're supplying food. That's great. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. We got a full load of iron ore. That's good. We got loads of iron ore over here. Yep, we do indeed. Nice. I mean, it's working well. It seems to be all happening. We do have rather a large number of students that are just chilling out over here. Not entirely sure why, but that's okay. We're a little bit low on the old food stuff over there, but that's fine. That's fine. We do have a lot of coal. And I don't think that we're actually making enough iron up here, are we? No. Let me increase the maximum number of workers to back where it was. That should mean that a few more people are just able to head into work. 63 tons of iron ore. Yeah, okay. Let me specify the two buildings to go to. We want to have slightly more people going into the iron mine so that we're able to make just a little bit more. Yeah, because the iron ore to coal ratio is just not good at the moment. Yeah, the quality of the iron source is significantly reduced on the coal mine source. So if we change that around a little bit, bump up the iron production just a smidgen, then we'll be just fine. Wonderful. Yep, looking good. Pretty happy with that. 90 to 290, or 270, that's not too bad at all. We do indeed need to get a power plant set up at some point. Because without a power plant, I mean, we can't provide our own power, and therefore can't help keep costs down just a little bit more. However, that's kind of by the by. Don't need to worry about that too much at the moment. Our food production area is looking very, very good. I don't think we're really capping out on production of anything. It doesn't look that way, to be honest. There are rather a large number of livestock just chilling in the livestock hall/range. However, that's not too much of a problem. We are at capacity with meat production, but that's because meat production has got a very, very small export buffer. Yep, food, that's looking fine. Alcohol, that's looking fine. Yep, I'm completely happy with that area. And that area, as I've already said, is just going to help keep costs down just that little bit more. So that's really, really good. Fuel, obviously, is being manufactured at a decent rate. Yeah. All right, nice. And that is going to make a real difference. Right, so when we get to the end of July, I think we're going to take a little look to see how much our oil infrastructure has helped or hindered, you never know, or hindered the amount of oil that we're actually importing. I also just want to buy more trucks. I want to buy more trucks. I want to buy more cistern trucks because we need more of them. We've got plenty of oil that is currently being produced. We can afford to get a couple more. It's true. It's really, really true. Yeah. Okay, good. You, bitumen, cool. Turn around. You go turn around. You know, see, look. Okay, I'm gonna click on large customs house, and you immediately go up to the top one. Fine. Need to click twice in order to make sure that it goes through. Let's also manually move a little bit of steel, because unless we get another two train engines to move steel, we are gonna have to continue to play this little game of cat and mouse where we just move it manually. Yeah, okay. Go to here. The 76,000 rubles. 76,000 rubles on the boat. Yeah. I just want to ditch. I want to ditch all of this, but I don't want to ditch it right now because otherwise there will be wastage. I want to ditch this. Well, I want to ditch this entire infrastructure. Really, maybe I should just do that. Sell all the forklifts. I mean, they're worth like 3,000 rubles a pop. No, please don't tell me it was a big one. Oh no, that's 100. I didn't even realize there was a fire. Oh, that's 100 and that's thousands of residents. Oh god. Right. Okay, all of these people without a job, you guys are now gonna get a job. Congratulations. You're gonna become employed. Oh boy, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. Alright, didn't even realize that there was a fire. Didn't even realize that there was a fire. Should have probably paid more attention to that, but that's okay. Delete all my messages so that I can pretend I didn't see it. I didn't see it, I don't know what you're talking about. And then head back over here. And we'll wait until the ship's loaded, then we'll turn it around manually, and then we will delete this entire infrastructure and just connect up the open storage to the cargo harbor. In fact, I won't delete this entire infrastructure. I'll delete a little bit of it. I'll delete a little bit of it. So I'll delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, and just connect this to here, and then this output to this bit over here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll extend the train track a little bit, and it'll all work out, and it'll all be totally fine. Anyway, does that allow me to buy any more trucks? Not really. We're still in dire need. We're still in dire need of a little bit more rublage. That is a technical term, yes. And we're also still waiting for that report due in at the end of July. I mean, how much would... Oh, it's just going to cost me so much money, isn't it? I mean, I can literally build... That is literally 53,000 rubles worth of... that's 60,000 rubles worth of asphalt. And that's like, what? A sixth of the way, maybe? A sixth of the way there? So, I mean, we're going to need to find a way to somehow speed up this road. I mean, I guess we could just gravelify it. That is the technical term, by the way. If we were to gravelify some of it, or maybe even bits of it, that would probably be cheaper. However, again, not much cheaper, to be honest. Gravel is still a resource that we need to treat carefully. I mean, that's $26,000. It's about half the price. But we don't get the full advantage of the top speed of these trucks, so I don't really think I want to do that. Right, you are going to be my guinea pig. Let's see if we can buy some more oil tankers. Plenty of money left in the tank. Haha, literally. And buy more over there. And let's get you guys started. You know, to be honest, I was kind of expecting the whole setting up of oil infrastructure to be more expensive than it actually was. I'm actually really surprised I have $66,000 left. I guess what kind of helped was the fact that we were able to keep the length of pipelines to a relative minimum, which was quite nice. 11 tons of oil, brilliant, good stuff. I mean, it may not seem like this is making a dent in, you know, sort of in the financial situation, but I mean, it is. It is absolutely making a dent. It's just making a dent that happens to involve spending an awful lot of money on an initial outlay in order to buy trucks, you know? And we still have oil left. We still have oil left. I mean, we gotta just keep buying trucks until we see a pile up of trucks, you know, waiting on the road behind here. That's what we gotta do. So that is now, how many trucks is that? We can actually see. If I look at all related vehicles, it doesn't give me a final number of all related vehicles. Does it show in the list of vehicles here? Doesn't show me, it doesn't show me a number. Doesn't show me a number. However, how many does that look like to you? Oil tank. Yeah, that's the final number. I mean, it'll be like 8 times 4, 8. That's like 8 times... It's either 8 times 3 or 8 times 4. So that means that we've either got 20, 24, or 32 trucks. If I'm too lazy to count, which I absolutely am. Right, turn that train around. Head back. Yeah, we are just consuming so much flippin' oil at the moment. It's working, though. It is working. Like, as I say, we're going to hold off until literally the end of July before seeing how things have been impacted. And we'll also send out the steel boat. Has the steel boat been properly filled up yet? It has indeed. Right, you turn around, head to the border. There we go, good stuff. And then sell this vehicle. It's pretty cheap. Doesn't make me much money, but that's fine. Okay, and then let's just demolish this. Demolish that. Demolish that. Demolish that. I don't suppose that we're going to be able to connect this up directly. Too long. I thought as much. It's fine. Demolish that. Let's build a large aggregate storage over here. Yeah. So... yeah, delete that. What I kind of want to see if we can do... yeah, don't auto-build that quite yet. Will that connect up? It's too long. That must just be a shade too long. Right. Yeah, so go do... try that. Still too long? Really? Are direct connections not allowed to be that long? Okay. Try that. Perfect. First time. Okay, now, are we able to put in a... we're able to put in a point right here. Too sharp of a turn? Put in another factory connection then. How about that? Right, put in another factory connection. It looks a bit janky, but it'll work. It'll cost us a few $1,000s, but at the end of the day, the amount of hassle that will be resolved is going to be tremendous. It's a frankly immeasurable amount of hassle that is going to be fixed. So, load 100% of steel, unload 100% of steel, wait until unloaded. Brilliant. Come over here just to test out, see if it works, and we'll give it a shot. Cool. Good stuff. And we've still got it connected up to the network. Should we need anything else? I don't think we will, but you never know. We might need to do something with that network at a later date. Anyway, it's the 31st of July. That's going to have been a full month past. As soon as we flip on over to the 1st of August, we'll have a little look, and we will see how our importing has been affected. Brilliant. So, we'll go into economy and trade. Last month, let's see what happened. Okay, so it turns out that we lost money last month. That's okay, though. That's okay. What I'm really, really, really interested in is the import of resources. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So with our significant investment, you know, it was a fairly significant investment. We did indeed, you know, invest like $300,000 and, you know, probably about 200,000 rubles in trucks. However, we have successfully reduced the amount of oil that we're importing by half. By half. That is really, really, really rather good. So, I mean, if we go to this year so far, and if we have a little look at oil, you can see, yep, so you can see that we are slowly but surely trending downwards. That is very, 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 very nice indeed. Now, that trend could theoretically come from fewer and fewer people working in the oil refinery. However, I'm kind of banking on the fact that is not what's happening here. Should I, yeah, remove that as a place to work. Move that as a place to work, just so that a couple more people can get jobs. I know that might reduce in the short term the number of people working at the oil refinery. However, it might just work. Quality of flats is 91%, which is not too bad. Does anyone else need anything? No kindergarten places available? I really do think that there are enough kindergarten places available, although I just clicked on it there and there wasn't. So, you know what? As a treat for these guys doing such a great job of making me money, I'm gonna spend a quick buck. A quick buck on improving their education, or improving the education for their babies. Right. There we go. Wonderful. There's no staff, but that's fine. A couple of people will now get a job, hopefully, at the kindergarten, and that will allow a few more babies to be stored there whilst everyone goes and works. Brilliant. Good work, everyone. The best work. The best work that I've ever seen anyone do is being done in the town of Kobe. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. We've only got 39 people waiting there. That's okay. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with a reduced number of people working in the oil refinery, because now that we're importing our own oil, I'm kind of okay with reducing the production, because 100% of the money that we will be making from the oil refinery will be profit, as opposed to having to pay a significant amount for oil imports. Look at this. As long as this number stays above whatever it is, 40 tons, that is proof of concept that this is actually working. Look, it's working, folks. We are actually making money. I didn't even think it was possible. I did not think that it was possible to make money by transporting oil with tankers. So I guess I have proved myself wrong in that regard. Or proved myself... Sure, I've proved myself wrong. I have indeed proved myself wrong. And you know what? We're nowhere near. We're nowhere near at capacity. I think we can still move a significant amount more oil. If we have actually a little look at this month, we can see that, wow, we haven't even imported a drop of oil this month. Can you believe it? We haven't imported a drop of oil. Sure, we have imported slightly more fuel than we usually would, probably because of these trucks. However, I did say earlier that I was going to set up... some of these trucks to run fuel back from the oil refinery. I think that's probably still what we want to do. So, I'm going to get you, after you do this, you're going to load 100%. Actually, no, delete that. Yeah, just do it in the same breadth here, or the same breath here. Wait until loaded. Yeah, wait until unloaded. Brilliant. Then I'd like you to go all the way over here. Yep. And unload 100% of anything. Wait until unloaded. Do not load anything at the gas station. Unload 100% of fuel. And then you can just do that. Cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that at least 7 other trucks... Ah, you are actually the truck that unloads to the gas station. That's actually kind of helpful. So these are the 2 trucks. These are the 2 trucks that we're now going to be sort of copying the blueprint of. So you go to the Kobe gas station, and you are going to go to the Oilnovsky gas station. So, I want 7 trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks maximum, right? To be working on the Kobe gas station build, the Kobe gas station delivery route, and then 7 other trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to be working on the Oilnovsky gas station transport. That basically means, I think, each of these guys carries roughly, you know, whatever it is, 12 tons. So we should never really have more trucks than we need to, you know, sort of waiting around in the gas station at any given time. I think we can honestly probably scale back the fuel that we're importing, maybe a little bit ambitiously. However, I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, you're going to motor right on over to Oilnovsky gas station. You're going to fill up a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, so each of these trucks only fills up with 1 ton of fuel. That's not very much. They don't really require that much fuel to run. But, you know, it's a little bit of a cost-saving measure for sure. It's going to make a little bit of a difference, which is very, very nice. A little bit of a difference goes a long way, you know? Right, let's get you to head out. Let me take a little look in Kobe. Cool. Little bit of a shortage of a good old-fashioned hospital in Kobe, but that's fine. A couple of people unable to participate in sport. Is that not linked up? It is linked up, but nobody's that bothered about going there, apparently. Sure, link that up. That make any difference? Yeah, we'll see if that works. See if that makes a darn bit of difference. What are we moving? 56 workers? Okay, we are importing a little bit of oil. A little tiny bit of oil is being imported. However, only 19 tons. Only 19 tons, and that has indeed shot right down with the delivery of a couple more tons of oil. So that works out. It's now fuel that is our most expensive import. Probably, as I've already highlighted, because we've just increased the number of, you know, trucks that are actually using fuel. Yeah, but this is looking good. This is looking really, really, really good. Look at this. 38 tons of fuel. We can clear all orders from this area. And we can now just, you know, wait until this actually works. Brilliant. I'm really, really happy with how cost effectively we were able to set that up. That worked really, really flipping well. The real proof is going to be in the pudding when this ship makes it back. Is this steel going to be automatically loaded from the open storage onto the ship? We'll have to wait and see. The other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to make a brand new train. To be honest, I feel like we run out of oil. Not oil. What am I talking about? I feel like we run out of iron more often than we run out of coal. However, maybe that's just confirmation bias, because I think that way. I'll see it more. I think it's confirmation bias, isn't it? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? That's got to be a bug. That's got to be a bug. I see no way in heck why on earth you wouldn't be able to move through here. That's got to be a bug. Look at this. Look at this. There is no connection. There's not even a hint of a connection before the next set of signals. Not even a hint of a connection. What the heck are you doing? I don't think the signals are set in the wrong direction. No, they're set in the right direction. How long have you guys just been chilling out doing nothing here? Man, trains in this game need flipping work, I'm telling you. Trains need work. I don't get it. I don't get how that was able to happen, but that's fine. Right, let's go and see if we can buy a brand new diesel locomotive and some cargo wagons. We're going to want to get a bunch of hopper cars. Yikes. A little bit low on the old cash there. Problem is, the Americans only sell the cement wagon, which is pretty lame. You're going to fill up with coal, and you're going to head out. Cool. I'm kind of okay with this track system at the moment, although I'm almost certain that it's going to need to be changed at some point in the future as soon as we introduce more trains to the mix. Yeah, do I want to dispatch this train before it's been fully extended? I don't think I do. I think we want to wait until we've got the finances to create a fully realized train. That's probably a good way of putting it. A fully realized train. Tell you what, that's probably about now, given that we've clearly just received a, I think that's a fuel import or a fuel export even. Right. Okay, I was ready to say, we can fully realize the train now. We can't fully realize the train, because we still don't have the money. But that's fine, that's fine. We don't need to fully realize the train right at this moment in time. Has the boat arrived back at the dock? It's just about to. Brilliant. We're about to see science in action. Is the steel going to be automatically loaded onto the boat without need for forklifts? Well, we haven't set the forklifts off. We haven't set the forklifts up to actually move any of the resource, so it should all just work fine. Let's have a look. Boat, 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 boat. You're gonna slow down, and what do you know? It all moves. It all moves across fantastically quickly. We don't even need to worry about it. It's drawing so much power. I can't even compute. Maybe there's an issue. Maybe there's an issue with power supply. Maybe that was what was causing the issue with the forklifts. I don't actually know. Yeah, it might be an issue with the forklift's power supply. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to send that ship on a little extravagant mission. I don't think that is actually required. What we need to really do is we need to wait until we've got the money. But you know what? I don't think we need to wait until we've got the money right now. I'm happy to do that off camera. We don't need to worry about money ever again. Basically, now that we're moving a substantial amount of our own oil to where it needs to go. Oil Novsky. I mean, it looks great. It looks great. There's plenty of oil to go around. In fact, there is so much oil to go around that I'm going to delete that from your stop. And you still got fuel on you, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, okay. You know what? Wait until unloaded. I don't love that. I don't love what I just did there. I think 7 trucks clearly is too many. Yeah, I mean these guys are they're just dropping off too much fuel. They carry too much fuel. All right. Well, you know what? What the heck is happening here? What the heck have you done? No workers, production stop. What the heck? Okay, we'll fix this in the next episode. Ladies and gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. This has been Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Thanks, as ever, to my fantastic Patreon supporters who help make videos like this possible. I'll see you next time. Bye.